Hello, good people. Today we are going to do major assignment 3. So we are starting with analysis, and the next one we do the visualization where we'll be drawing the histogram. So the first step to do is to type in our name. So for example, I'm Daniel. I just type my name there, Daniel Githua. And with that, you can see that I will populate here. Yes, and you can see the data has populated there. And now the first thing to do is to find the difference between the scores after and before tutoring. So you just find the difference. The difference is you type equal sign, then it's this, the C14, we're subtracting it with the B14 and press enter. Then double click here to autofill up downside. You can see all the data has been populated up to down there, which is give us the difference between the after and before. So for example, this 79.5 minus 69.51, and you get that one. So the next thing is to find the mean before tutoring, the mean after tutoring, and then the change in scores. So this is how we do it. You just come and type equal mean, and then we are doing for the before, this column here, delete that highlight up to down here, and then press enter. Is equals to is equals to average, sorry, not mean, average. Yes, enter. Do the same. So this one, since the columns we just create, let's do first for this the before one, and then we'll copy the formula to the others. So we go to the next one, is median. You just type that it is median, and then open the brackets, and then for the B, this value for B, highlight all of it up to down here and press enter. Then we go to standard deviation, which is given by is equals to, type STDEV, open the brackets, then highlight this column, the before, up to down, press enter. And last three, we do the average. The average is given by maximum, so you type equal, open the bracket first, then type max, open the brackets, I write the before column, before tutoring values down, then close the bracket, minus, then you can open the bracket, type mean, open the brackets, highlight the same range, then close the brackets, close the first bracket. Just work for it for us, okay? And so with that, we find the mean, the difference between the mean and the maximum value and the minimum value. So with these values, we can now do, with these values, we can now do, we can copy the formula down. We can copy the formula to the other values. So we just come here and drag down like this to the others. After doing that, highlight that and come here to number, click here down here, number, then come to number here, then make sure it's 2, then okay. Do the same to this change, highlight this change in scores, highlight that, all of it, and then come to number 2, and then click number, then make sure it's 2 here, and then press OK. And with that, we have done this part. Now we come to the percentile values. So for the percentile value, we'll use the Excel percentile formula, which help us to readily find it, find the 10th and the 50th percentile. So you come and type equal percentile, and don't pick this one that have ink and X. See, so just you will pick this one, percentile, double click it, and then come to, we are using the difference in score. So we'll use this changes in score cell column. So highlight all that value from D14 to D63. Make sure it's D14 to D63. After doing that, click on, or just put a comma, and then check on this value. This, for example, in this you can see the value in F27 is 10th. So 10th is like 0.1. 10 over divided by 100 is 0.1. So you type 0.1, and then you close the bracket and press enter. Then we'll do the same to this one. So the way we are done this one, so I would prefer you just do like this. Click on this, copy this formula, Control C, press enter, then come here, click here, then Control V, and then instead of using 0.1 which was for the 10th, now we'll use 0.5 for the 50th. And you then click on press enter. And then highlight these two values, come here, number, then number here, and then make sure it's 2 decimal places, then OK. So with that, we have been able to find the 10th and the 50th percentile. So that is the formula we use. I've put here so that you can be able to see this formula, how it is done. And for this one, the same. So make sure it's the word percentile has been used. Also, when you come, I wanted the other formula that I know is the range one. The range one, you use the max minus the mean. And with that, you have those values completed. Now we are going to this other part, the lower and the upper bound. So the lower bound, and we are using the difference in scores. So in this one, we'll use this one that we have, the values that you have created here. For a lower bound is equals to, you will type in the mean. You can see our mean is 8.39, and we are going to subtract the standard deviation. The standard deviation is 3.94, like that. So press enter. The same thing applies to the upper bound. The upper bound is given by the mean, the same mean here, but now this time we are going to add. We are going to add the standard deviation. Sorry, the standard deviation. So is given by the mean plus the standard deviation, and press enter. And with that, we have completely able to compute the upper and the lower bound. So also highlight these two values that you have found. Come here on number and make sure it's true. Then press OK. And with that, we have the upper and the lower bound. And then we have been told to do the 5B. The 5B is for explaining or justifying answers that you found on the upper and the lower bounds. So we can be able to say that 68% of the changes in difference has been caused by, or lies between, these two values. And with that, let me do this. Yes, I had done that area. So come here and paste it here. So here we have our answer. So in this time we have lies between 4.5 and 12.32. So 60% of the difference lies between the values of 4.5 and 12.32. They say that most students roughly do that. So I don't think this one is much necessary. So we can just say, let's cut that one. So and type and say, so in other words, if the randomly selected student who was tutored, there is about a 60% chance the improvement will be between these two values, 4.5 and 12.32. 32 points. It is thus right to state that the tutoring has a positive and fairly predicted effect on student tests. Yes, and with that, that is how you're supposed to answer it. So this tells us, and you can see the difference between upper and lower is positive. So means that tutoring is positive. When a student is gets tutored, the student will excel more or will pass the scores. So the score before and after tutoring gets higher in most of them. It can be not all of them, but it can be in most of them. For example, you can look even this data we have here. For example, this is before and after I got 100. This one was before and after I got this value. So it is since the value that we have found, the difference between the upper and the lower bound is positive, this informs us that the student will excel more compared to when he gets tutoring, and that is the best way to answer that one. So we just go to the next part, which is on the next part which is on sorry the next part which is on visualization. So see you in the next part, the visualization.